My granddaughter Ishta bought me a pack of tea towels from Costco. Now they're microfiber terry toweling, and they're such awesome colours that we decided we could make a great looking beach bag from them. So that's what we've done. We've taken the matching colours, we've put some pockets in and a drawstring, and there you have a really cute, quick and easy to make beach bag. So let's get started. Right, so I have my 2 tea towels and I'm just going to show you what we're going to do next. First I'm going to cut off the labels. Don't have to worry too much about it, simply cut them off. And keep the label end down where your pocket's going to be. Now to make our pocket we simply turn up 5 inches. And then we'll measure that at 5 inches and pin it. And then go to the sewing machine and just make some lines down here. Top stitch at this end. Don't worry at this end because it'll get caught into the seam. And you can make your pockets however long, however wide you want them. So if you want to put your mobile phone, perhaps a few coins and your keys, just whatever suits you. So we'll pin those and then go and sew them, and I'll come back and show you what we do next. So now you can see that I've sewn the pockets. You can make them as wide as you like, it depends on what you're going to be carrying, and I've done that on both pieces. Now I've pinned those just to keep them stable while I'm sewing, but you don't have to sew the side seams, okay, because we're going to catch those up when we sew the side seams. And also along the bottom here you need to top stitch the top bit because you want to give that a bit of stability. Don't worry about the bottom because that's going to get caught into a seam. Okay, so as I say, make them as wide as you wish. Now the next thing we want to do is put our markings where our cord's going to go. So we have our cord here, and what we're going to do is measure 2 3/4 inches from the top, then another mark 1 inch from the first one. Okay, so 2 3/4 from the edge, and then an inch one here. And we're going to sew up to that point, then we're going to skip that bit and leave it open, and then we're going to sew to the top. Now we're going to put those same markings on the other side of this piece and also on our other piece. So all sides will have those markings, and then we'll just sew to there, skip that bit, sew to the end. So as you can see, I've started to pin this together. So I simply laid the 2 pieces right sides together. So you'll have your pocket pieces will be facing you while you're pinning. Right, so right sides together. It's a bit stretchy, this material, so you do need to ease it in. But what I do is match the ends, so match the corners, pop a pin in there, and then kind of stretch and ease the other pieces in so that they sit nicely. Okay. Now you remember our marks, so what I'm going to do here is just pop a pin here, so just to remind me to stop. Okay, so when we sew, we're going to back stitch and then we'll sew down to the first mark, we'll stop, and we'll bring the needle over and we'll start from here, and we'll sew down, across the bottom, and up to where our other mark is on the other side, which I've already pinned. Back stitch there, then we'll move the needle over to the next point, go to the end and back stitch. And it's just to give those some firm anchor points. So, because we're leaving this, remember, for our cord. Alright, so I'll go and do that now, and then we'll come back and show you the next step. So as you can see, I've sewn around, and as we've told you, leaving a space, so right round up to here, another space. So that's a space there, and that's the other space. So that's where our cord's going to thread through. So now what we're going to do is simply finger press open the seam and fold it in 1 3/4 inches all the way around, and then that will make sure that our hole to thread our thread through is on the outside, which is where we want it. So I'm going to go and measure this at 1 3/4, and then I'll just simply sew all the way around and then I'll come back and show you how to put the cord through and the bag will be finished. Quick, easy, look amazing. So I've sewn along here. Now what I've done is I've just sewn to the inside edge of the overlocking. So it gives a nice neat finish there, and I've just sewn right around at that point. And I've also top stitched. I've just put in about 1/8 of an inch and just top stitched there, again to give this material some more stability. Okay, now so then I've got the holes on the over here. Now before I turn it through, I'm going to cut some of this bulk off at the corner because it's just too bulky. Let's make sure I don't cut any of my stitches. Just to okay, I'll turn it through. You'll see just how quick and easy this is. You could whip up a couple of these and you can use them for the kids for school, for their swimming. They can put their togs in here and their towel. Use them at the beach, you can use them anywhere. Rightio, so we've turned it through. So our pockets are on the inside. So all our stuff is hidden away from prying eyes. And now we can just pop our cord through. So I'll go and do that. And then I'll come back and show you the finished bag. I did say I was going to go away and do the cord, but I've decided to show you how I do it. Yeah, there are a couple of methods, so I'll show you both. This is a bodkin, and I've threaded my cord through. Now I'm going to insert this at one end, and it's going to go right around and come out the same hole. So we're not taking it to one end and then bringing it out the other hole at the other end. We're taking it right round the bag. So just thread that through. These bodkins are great. I've got a set of 2 different types, which are quite wonderful. But if you don't have one of these, you can just use a safety pin, and we'll show you that one when we do the other cord. So as I say, we're not coming out that hole, we keep going round. Alright, so again, this depends just on how long you want to make it. Just how much you thread through. Okay, so then I'll cut that. Now the other way to do it if you don't have a bodkin is just to use a safety pin. So pop it through there and do it up. Now we're going to go, this end's got our 2 loose ends here, so we're going to start this one at this end. Okay, putting the second one's always a little more tricky. And just thread it through. You can feel the safety pin and the cord through the material, so you'll know where you are when you're pulling it through. You've probably got your own method of doing this. Again, we're not coming out that hole, we're going to keep going right round. Okay. Righto, let me just pull that through. Now I put a bit of sellotape around the end just to stop it from fraying while I was pulling it through. And once that's done, you can take it off. Okay. Just make sure they're both the same, I guess. And you can actually measure them beforehand, how long you want them, and then make sure that your cords are the same length. I haven't done that. Okay, so just knot the end of the cord. You can buy some of those little toggle things that you can put on the ends just to hold it. It's just as easy to knot them. There we have it. Our bag is finished, and we can draw it up. And there you go. So quick and easy, you can make plenty of those. They only take you probably half an hour once you get into it. So a nice and easy way to use your Costco tea towels.